So anything that comes before determiner will be predetermined. Anything that comes before determiner will be predetermined. There are again three to four possibilities. One, quantifier. We'll have a clear in this determiner section. One possibility is quantifiers. Quantifiers. Now the words which show quantity, quantity reference of the head. Now quantifiers, words like half, both, all, right? Words like, well, I'm not writing, you just write it down. Words like all, half, both, right? Then second possibility is multipliers. Multipliers. The words which show multiplicity. The words which show multiplicity. Words like twice, thrice, three times, four times, such expressions. Such expressions like twice, thrice, four times, five times. And finally we have fractions. Fractions which show part of, like 1/3, 2/5, 1/4, right? Such expressions which show part. Now look at that. I'm using an example like quantifier like all my poems. All my poems. Poems as a head, my as a determiner, and this word which comes before determiner, that may be predeterminer, quantifier. Another way like a sentence like S, E, O. O is an empty. V is a VP. I is a subject, NP. Pronoun functioning as head. So no pre-modification, no post-modification. Now this one, salary as a head, is as a determiner, possessive, twice comes before. So that is predeterminer, multiply. Another sentence, gives up verb, him as an object, this also is an object. So the sentence structure is VOO. Second NP equal that. Rice as a head, rice as the head, the as the article determiner, and this expression, which may have of construction also, just use part of, full rice, that's all, 2/3. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then there are two more possibilities, minor possibilities, like words like such and what. Words like such and what. Like such a joke, as a determiner, joke as a head, predeterminer like such. Even water shot. Shot as a head, as a determiner, article, and before that there is a predeterminer what. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. In your third year lectures, did you study the same way? Suryavanshi, I taught you, so I remember I taught the same way. What about all the students? Did you study it same way?
No, sir. Little bit
No.
different.
Let us
No,
add
sir.
something more also in this section. Let us add something more in this section. Shall we?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Determinants, what you call determinants, better you call them central determinants. Article demonstrative possessives technically are called central determinants. Right. Predeterminant, central determinant. Right. Now, what comes after central determinants will be post determinants. Will be post determinants. Anything that will come after central determinants, that will be post determinants, and there are two possibilities: numericals and quantifiers. Numericals and quantifiers, post determinant. Numericals are the words which show number reference of the head word. Quantifiers show quantity reference of the head word. Right. Numericals we classify them into two: ordinals and cardinals. Number words further classified as ordinals and cardinals. Ordinals are the number words which show order, sequence. But cardinal numbers merely refer to the total number. So ordinal numbers like first, second, fourth, tenth, next, last, such expressions. Right. So when I say sit on the fourth bench, where will you sit? You will count number 1, 2, 3, 4, and you will sit on that bench. But when I refer like four benches, which four benches I'm talking about? So it is not reference like sequence. It is mere general number reference. But words like first, second, last, third, right? Such expressions which show order or sequence are ordinal words. I'm not writing, you are supposed to write it down. Cardinal words like 1, 2, 3, 100, 20, 25, cardinal numbers. Right. Now another thing, when both the numericals you have in a NP, order should be there. Ordinals come first, cardinal come next. Remember this or write it down somewhere. When both the numericals we have in pre-modification, ordinals as well as cardinals, ordinals will come first, cardinals will come next. Like the first four benches, determinant, post determinant, first is ordinal, four is cardinal. Right? You cannot have something like the four first benches. The four first benches, not possible. It has to be ordinal first, cardinal next. Remember. Okay. Then qualifiers are the words which show quantity reference. So Words like some, many, much, several, right? Such expressions which show quantity of the head word. Got it? Then there is something more called in quantifiers. I already gave some example like some, many, several, most, such expressions. But additionally, we have something like in quantifiers partitive construction. Partitive. Partitive construction. Right? Partitive constructions are such expressions which force countability on uncountable noun, which establish countability on uncountable noun. Such nouns which are uncountable, you are forcing by using partitive construction a countability on them. So uncountable nouns like letters, a slice of bread. Bread is an uncountable noun. Is a determiner, and this quantifier, slice of, right? Or even look at this. The bowl of sugar. The bowl of sugar. Sugar is an uncountable noun. You are forcing countability on it by using a partitive construction like of construction that you can call partitive. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then, after post determiners, well, central determiners 3, predeterminers 3, post determiners 2, numericals and quantifiers. Numericals are 2, ordinals, cardinals. Quantifiers show quantity reference, but in that there is one more possibility of using of construction or partitive construction for forcing countability on uncountable nouns. After that, post determiners, we get adjective phrase. A phrase within a phrase. A phrase within a phrase. Right. Now this is an adjective phrase because it will have head and pre-modification. Head definitely is going to be adjective. And in pre-modification, there is only one possibility of adverb. And that adverb will be always intensified. A phrase, adjective phrase in the pre-modification of noun phrase consisting of head and pre-modification. Head will be surely adjective. And in pre-modification, only one possibility, adverb, and that adverb will be always intensified. The adverb which shows intensity. Words like very, extremely, clearly, right? Highly. For example, my extremely beautiful socks. Now look at this. My songs is possible. My songs is possible. Right? My beautiful songs, that also is possible. But this word extremely does not directly refer to songs. Extremely does not directly refer to songs. It refers to beautiful. And together, extremely beautiful refer to songs. So that is what the construction of an adjective phrase in the pre-verification of an NP. Clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So, yes, sir.
Okay. Then, after adjective phrase, in the pre-modification, there is the last possibility of noun modifiers. Noun modifiers. Now, noun modifiers are the nouns which refer to head noun. Noun modifiers are the nouns. So, noun modifying another noun, that is noun modifier. For example, the village teacher. So, determiner, this is a noun and this also is a noun, right? This noun modifies, gives more information, like adjective gives more information about adverb, right? That adjective well, adjectives are descriptive words, right? Word class शिकवत असताना बोललो या सगळ्या गोष्टी. Adjectives are descriptive words. They describe what information? Maybe size, shape, color, height, orientation, substance, such information they describe regarding noun. Now, these noun modifiers are also functioning like adjectives. They are actually nouns, but they are used to modify, give more information, describe the head word like this. It qualifies, it specifies what sort of teacher he is. So, the village teacher. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Any doubts in pre-modification? Any doubt in pre-modification? Any clarification required? Any repetition required? Everything is clear?
Yes, sir.
So no repetition, no clarification required. Now we turn to then post-modification. One possibility is of prepositional phrase. First possibility is prepositional phrase. The structure of that prepositional phrase is preposition plus NP. Preposition plus NP. Now this NP is dominated by this preposition, right? And together they refer to head. Together they refer to head. For example, all my beautiful or all my wonderful creations in this hall. So this is the head word. All is a predeterminer. My is the determiner. Wonderful is a descriptive adjective. And in this hall is the post modification, wherein in is the prepositions, and this hall is an NP. This hall is limited to this in, and together they refer to the head word creations. Clear? Second possibility in post modification is relative clause. Relative clause. Relative clause is of two types. Relative clause is of two types. Defining relative clause and non-defining relative clause. Any idea what is this? Any idea what is this defining, non-defining relative clause? Yes or no? That's the only thing.
No, sir.
No. Defining relative clause is also called restrictive. Defining relative clause is also called restrictive relative clause, and non-defining is called non-restrictive. Right. Now, how is it? That clause information relates itself to the head word. The clause, total clause, relative clause, it relates the clause information to the head word. Now, why is it called relative clause? Because it is introduced with relative pronouns. Because it is introduced with relative pronouns like who, whom, whose, which, when, where, and that. These are the conjunctions, or these are the words with which a relative clause shall be introduced. Right. These, when we use or when we start our relative clause with these words, the head word must be animate. Who, whom, whose. When you introduce your relative clause with these words, the head word, head noun, to which the clause relates, must be animate, sajiv, which will be inanimate, non-living. Right. These are called relative adverbs. These are called relative adverbs. And when you are introducing relative clause with these two, the head word must be a time for when, and for where, head word must be place. Like the place where I kept my money. Where I kept my money. The head word is place. The time when I met you. When I met you as a relative clause relates to the head word time. Clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now this that can be both animate as well as inanimate. Introducing relative clause with that can be, the head word can be animate as well as inanimate. So both way it can be used. Now, I was talking about this restrictive, non-restrictive, or defining, non-defining. It simply means defining relative clause defines the head word, or it restricts the head word, And non-defining relative clause does not restrict or does not define. For example, uh, John's wife, who is an officer, has arrived. John's wife, who is a doctor, has arrived. Secondly, arrived. John's wife, comma, who is a doctor, comma, there, has arrived. So your subject is John's wife, who is a doctor, S, that is an NP. Same case here. Subject NP has arrived. Verb DP. Right. Now look at both the sentences. In first case, the relative clause, well, wife is a adverb. This one I forgot to tell you. In pre-modification, one more addition you should have. In pre-modification, there is a possibility of having genitive phrase. There is a possibility of having genitive phrase. Like, I forgot to mention that in pre-modification. A grammarian's funeral. So this is our head. Funeral is a head. Is a determiner. And this apostrophe S, that is called NP genitive. NP in genitive. So there is one more possibility in pre-modification, NP in genitive. Right. Okay. Now here, wife is a head word, NP genitive. Wife is a head word, NP in genitive pre-modification. Now, in post-modification, this is a relative clause. Who is a doctor? Who is a doctor? But this clause is introduced or connecting itself, relating itself without any comma. But this one relates itself, but it is with comma. So the first one is called restrictive relative clause or defining relative clause. And this is not defined. So defining relative clause is without commas. Non-defining is with commas. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Now, this clause defines the head word, but this one merely adds information, gives additional information. So the first sentence meaning is John may have 3-4 wives rather. John may have 3-4 wives. One is a doctor, the other one is a teacher, the other one is some other professional, right? The one who is a doctor, she has arrived, not others. So the first sentence simply means John has many wives, but the second sentence means John has only one wife and she is a doctor. Second sentence means John has only one wife and she is a doctor. Right? Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then, in post-modification, the final possibility is third possibility. sorry. Non-finite. Non-finite clause. While discussing verb, I must have discussed this. Finite, non-finite. Yes, I remember we discussed it. So the clause which is introduced with non-finite form of a verb will be a non-finite clause. Now, what are the non-finite form of verbs? Past participle, present participle, and to infinitive. These are the three. Right. Okay, I think I shall take a pause here. I'll detail this information tomorrow. All right?
All right, sir.
Okay.
All right, sir.
Thank you.